Hello and welcome to Bricks and Banner, the show with real talk from the custom LEGO community. I'm your host, Billy, and today's guest is an acclaimed child actor, e-tape modding master, and motorcycle enthusiast. That's right, this week we have none other than Fisk.Bricks, aka Sam, aka Owen Vaquero. So with no further ado, I hope you enjoy this episode and let's get right into it. And here we are with Samuel Fisk, aka Fisk.Bricks. How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing fine. Doing just fine.
Awesome. Nice chair squeak you got there. So,
Thank you. I premium $5 chair.
it's one of those gamer chairs, the Twitch, just
It
hundred
goes all the
dollar.
way back like that one signature, but it doesn't do it on purpose.
Of course, of course. But yeah, it's great to have you on the podcast. You're a heavily requested guest by our buddy Jackson,
Of course, him. Yeah.
and yeah, it's just a pleasure to have you on. I've wanted to have you on for a minute, and now we're just like, oh yeah, let's do this.
Let's just do it. We had some technological difficulties, but we made it through.
We made it through. We're gonna make it work. And
Yeah.
so yeah, let's just get into it. How did you discover Lego?
Ah, let's not do like I got a Lego set when I was 3. Everyone knows that's how you get into Legos. Let's start with Lego guns in particular.
Bet.
So my aunt she got like 2 big baskets of Lego
Mm-hmm.
from like a thrift shop or something. And she was like, you can only pick one because the other one's going to your niece. And I was like, word. So I did the left one because I'm left-handed.
Okay.
And like I didn't even build on my own. I didn't care for it. I literally just searched through it looking for cool pieces, like all the way at the bottom. I don't
Yep.
know why. That was what was enjoyable for me.
Oh, I love
And
that
I
too.
found it must have been like some Playmobil M9 pistol. Had a bunch of flash on it. Just ugly.
Mm.
But the trigger guard hole was drilled through, so I was quite surprised
Hey.
about that, looking back on it. But I found that and I cherished that because it was so cool. Oh, look, a gun for like my Lego guys. That's awesome.
Right.
It looks
Lego
more
man got the
realistic.
gat.
Yeah, he had the gat. So I I had that, and I was like, I want more of this. This is cool. I need more of it.
Right.
So I just searched up Lego guns, and at that time, that was when all like the actual brick built guns were going on, like life size ones.
Mm. Yo, that was
So
so
that was what I got
huge.
first.
That was
That was huge for a
huge.
while. Zotzi That was
Yeah, right. Oh
the
my
goat.
gosh, I haven't heard that name in so long.
Yeah, I just brought it back.
Dude,
Young
funny
gun,
story
bringing
with
it
that.
back.
I can't even remember I don't remember the guy, but I dropped somebody's gun at Brick Fair, Virginia. Someone's brick built gun. I felt so bad.
As you should be. What the hell?
Oh, yeah, it was rough. And then what was like, it was somebody I knew though, like not relatively well. Like I'd interacted with them a few times. I've seen them at multiple events, so it was chill. And they was like, "Dude, really don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world." And then saw him later on in the week after he repaired it and all, and he was with his buddy. And we were talking about it, and the buddy brings up, he's like, "Oh, I see you fixed the gun from that kid that dropped it."
Yo,
And he
you know
just
that
looks
guy that
over at
dropped your
me.
gun?
Yeah.
That moron just stares right into your soul.
Oh man, it was just killed me, man. That was one of the worst
That's something you'll
interactions I've ever
remember
had.
forever.
Absolutely, just the dread. Anyways, okay.
But yeah, and I was searching through images of that, and all of a sudden, like the early Brick Arms M4 popped up. And it
Ooh.
was minifigure scale, like my M9 pistol, and I was like, yo, like I want that.
Mhm.
And I went on, I'm pretty sure this is back when, couldn't you make orders off of brickarms.com? Couldn't you actually order
Yeah.
it
At
from
one
them?
point, I believe you could.
I think that was when I bought it.
Damn.
I went and bought a couple pieces. And this is when I was in, like into World War II. Yes, I used to be
You were a World
a
War II
person that was
kitty.
into World War II.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
mm-hmm.
Thoughts on plate feet? Were you a plate feeder as well?
Fuck that, dude. No one likes plate feet. If you like plate feet, you're just telling yourself lies. Makes the figure more realistic. It literally has claws for hands. Doesn't need it. But I made an order off of like a brownie and like a grand
Mhm.
and $1 grand, and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. So I started searching it up more on like my dad's old laptop, and little did I know, World War Brick, like 2013,
Yeah.
was like in 2 months. And I was like, Dad, I want to go to this. And he was like, sounds like a scam. No, it's not.
So yeah, you're at World War Brick.
Which is not even an hour away from where I lived at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So went to that and I picked up the Chrome Luger and like a Chrome
Oh
Modern
yeah.
M4.
Oh yeah.
And that was when those first like came out,
Mm-hmm.
I think. And I got that, and that was when I started just collecting more. I just ended up getting more.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like 4 years before I ever started getting into like, oh, there's a community for people who like this stuff.
Yeah.
So I just shared it with all my friends, and I only had like one friend who was into Lego, and they were like, yeah, it's pretty cool, I guess.
I guess.
And technically it's a knockoff. Shut up. No
Ooh.
one cares.
Very
Yeah.
timely. Very timely.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Man's really out here defending knockoffs. Can't believe it. Anyway.
Jackson. So I went through like junior high, which is what some people might call middle school,
Mm-hmm.
and I still didn't have an online presence at that time. I didn't even know what Flickr was. Like I heard
Right.
it as an account, and I didn't. Apparently, there was a community on there at the time. Kind of glad I didn't get into that, because then I'd feel like weirdly started off on the wrong foot. I think
Hmm.
there's an area for people who started off on Instagram first
Yeah.
instead of Flickr.
Interesting.
Kind of that split divide between generations.
Yeah, you're the new gen. New gen modders.
We started on Instagram. Now I can be trash talked at Brick Fair. Let's go.
Ayo. Yo, man.
But
More like all my favorite modders are new gen modders. Like y'all
That's
are
true.
killing it.
hey, man, I'm glad that anyone like you can be a dick, of course, to people that started out and they're like, "What about this?" and it's like an ugly mod. But like, if you keep saying like, "Hey, just keep improving on it, keep doing it, keep posting," they'll eventually become super good.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, just a bit of
Um,
constructive criticism and encouragement. I mean, there's no reason you can't
and I
get much better at it.
I'm never gonna state the person's name unless I'm probably talking like real one-on-one. But it just started off on the wrong foot of like, the older hobbyists being dicks to the new ones, and then be like, why aren't people getting into the hobby? That's
Right.
kind of what it was like.
Yeah. No, the gatekeeping's so whack, man.
Yeah.
I can't get with that.
So I didn't have the greatest kind of first start, and it kind of put me off the scene for a while. And I'm glad I got back into it,
Mm.
because obviously I've gotten to meet a bunch of people who I now call
Yeah.
my friends.
Yeah, I'm certainly glad you did.
And I didn't have like a Lego account specifically. And I
Right.
started posting it. I was like, here's my friends can see what I do. And then I started following some people here in the community, and I was like, maybe I should start my own, set
Yeah,
it off
sure.
like that. I already made a couple things, but I didn't want to post any of the things I had previously made, which is kind of a weird decision. I wanted to start it off as a fresh account,
Yeah,
new content.
I get what you mean. Just going forward. Yeah.
I started off there and just kind of gradually worked my way up.
As I was looking through your account, I had to just search in like Sam Fisk, whatever, and I realized that
It's
the
bad.
next entry is that account. And I was looking through, and just based on the profile
bad.
picture and everything, I was like, "Oh my god, I remember talking to you, like
Yes,
in the past."
I talked to you.
Yeah, and
I did
I
a
don't
live
know.
stream with you once. Yeah,
Oh,
it's that long ago.
yeah, and I don't know how it hadn't clicked before, because I mean, there's no nuance to it. It's literally just the same names. But I was like, "Oh, this is that guy." Yeah, so you've been in it a lot longer than I don't know, I thought.
You might have thought.
Yeah, especially being in it to World War Brick in 2013 and stuff.
Yeah, I went to 2 World War Bricks, and funny enough, my second one ever, I had it was like my birthday when I went, and one of the employees was like, here's an overmold, and it was the Type 100 overmold before it ever came out.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I still have
Time
it,
to
but-
cut it up.
Yeah, Alex moment. No, not that stupid. Ooh,
Ooh,
rides a Harley. Ooh.
get. Oh, I forgot you guys have beef. Fake beef, of course.
This ain't on any Sunday anymore, all right? Your Harley isn't fast.
Oof. Go at him. I'll give you the next minute. Just say whatever you want to Alex.
All right, listen here, Alex. I know you're gonna talk trash to me later. After this, it's gonna be obviously bad because you're spelling, but literally, whenever you get an exit ramp, your bike isn't supposed to shake like it's about to fall apart. All right, it's not what bikes do. You tried to enter motorsports, got your ass handed to you by everyone, even Indian, your main competitor. And now you're like, oh, they ain't shit. Okay, bro, who's actually getting like better sales now? Your company's falling off. I get it. Oh, my ancestry. Yeah, it had a time and its place, and it's gone, dead, buried. Leave it with the Great Depression.
You're gonna be leaving Alex with the Great Depression now. Damn.
It's alright. He'll talk trash about my Japanese bike. It's funny, though, because I have 3 motorcycles already.
All Japanese?
Yeah. 2 Yamahas and a Kawasaki.
Awesome. I know absolutely nothing about what that means.
It's alright. Know that they're very expensive, though.
Yeah. Yeah, no, those are the leading names, and just because
what could I get?
I can actually
get...
recognize them, but...
What could I get? I could get, Spring
Breaker.
Breakers?
I knew you were going to say that.
This brand new Yamaha 600. Like, obviously I'm going to go with the bike.
What a tough decision.
Yeah, how could you ever make that? But yes, that's my Alex rant done with.
Alex rant over.
I'll be expecting to chat with him later when this episode comes out.
Alex is canceled now.
Yeah, we should cancel him. Cuts up overmolds. It's just
Peasant.
gross.
So you start off with this new count, a fresh start.
Fisk.Bricks, so original.
Very, very. If it don't got bricks
I was
in
like,
the name.
Fisk, brick. I was like, it makes perfect sense. Why would I not do it? You know?
Right. It's got a good ring to it. Oh, never mind. When are you going to switch it over to Vaquero?
It's the name I chose. I know, I gotta do a play on words. That's what all the cool kids are doing now.
Oh, yeah?
Man.
Is that the word on the block?
BM4. That's so amazing. I think so. That's what I'm hearing. Either that or Customs is making...
Oh, Customs is making a comeback.
Now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, how are people supposed to know what you're doing
Bricks
if you don't
is
have
out.
Bricks or Customs or World War II in your name? Like, come on. Get with the times.
Right? Or TMC.
Oof. Don't be copying people's names now.
That too. Right.
They already did it
remember
enough
that.
for all of us, you know?
All the TMC kiddies taking after their inspiration. We're not even like a quarter of the way through, and I feel like I'm stumbling through words.
It's the ginger ale.
Right? It's making my throat close up.
I can't believe just see, like, I have like severe allergies to peanuts and fish. So when people tell me like, "Oh yeah, I'm allergic to this," and then they just proceed to eat it, I can't.
See, it's not the same as like a severe reaction.
Yeah. I understand that. It's almost like more of an intolerance. It's kind of like being whatchamacallit, milk intolerant. Why can't I think of the word?
Lactose intolerant.
Lactose intolerant.
There you go. We got it.
Milk intolerant. I'm just very not tolerant of milk.
Yeah, I just can't handle it. Not tolerable.
Can't handle his views.
It's got really bad political views. I don't think we should be, very tolerable of it.
The views don't age well, you know.
Yeah,
they turn
don't
into
look that good
cheese,
in the
you know.
future. What were we talking about? Legos.
Right. Bricks, plastic. Sure.
My name, yes, but I did not like as much as I am still new. I'm kind of not that new.
Yeah.
I've been
You've
even
been
like
around.
stalking Flickr or like stalking people's accounts. I was just laying super low. Made stuff for my friends, and now I make stuff for you guys.
I always find it super interesting, people's backstory, like trying to find, like, just discovering the community, and to know you've just been aware of it for so long and engaging just for yourself, and then to finally discover, like, oh, there's this whole world of people doing it. That's got to be so mind-blowing. Like,
it is, man.
Yeah.
When I started realizing, holy crap, there are so many people in this. It just goes on.
Yeah, because my introduction was just like, oh, there is a community of people doing this. Like, I guess I'll join that, you know?
Yeah.
So
but for me, it's like, this is more than a community. This is an obsession across.
Oh, yeah.
One might even call it.
A cult?
A cult.
Of course. By the way, the dues are up this month. You better make sure you're, up to date.
Oh, right.
And did you get the robes pressed?
I did.
And ironed?
Did.
Very good, very good.
Oh, thought I'd mention. I got into Legos, like custom Legos, around the same time I got into Rainbow Six.
Oh, okay, right. So yeah, that
So
perfectly
that's kind
leads
of the
in. I
timeline.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
you've always been creating some Rainbow Six characters, and those often are like your most detailed and really well thought out figures that are really pushing the
The
bounds, which I love to see. But
Yeah, my dude, when that like it was back when I had my old desk. Two of those figures were
mm,
the old wooden before I got the white top, and now I'm in the third generation of the light box.
yeah, everyone hits their light box stage one way or another, you know.
And it reached 1,000 likes, and that was like holy crap. I didn't even say like it was a Rainbow Six figure explicitly.
Right, just everyone
It just,
recognized it.
everyone recognized it and
Ooh,
like
that's
was like
awesome.
whoa, and then it spread like wildfire.
Yo, that's
Funny
great.
story. I posted my like Lego Tachanka figure to
Mm-hmm.
Reddit because I was like, that's easy karma.
Yeah,
You know, even my
farm that
friend
karma.
was, yeah, my friend recommended it to me. He's like, you should post that to the Rainbow Six Siege subreddit. I'm like, all right, sure. Put it down like kind of at like let's say 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Got like 100 upvotes. I was like, wow. And then like I just left it alone. Went to bed. I woke up and it had 10,000.
Holy crap, man.
Yeah.
Any
So
any awards?
I got a silver award, and that was it.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
Really flexing out here.
Yeah.
Thanks for the silver, kind stranger.
Gotta remember, edit.
Right,
Thank
right,
you.
right.
I hear a lot of people say like, "Oh, Rainbow Six Siege is so oversaturated now," and like it used to be good for inspiration.
There's only like
I know.
you and Colin doing it. Like, it's not that
I wouldn't say not in the
oversaturated.
community, just as in like, oh, what you could be able to do with it. Say
Sure.
as in, oh, the operators that are in the game.
Yeah, I get what you
I'd
mean.
really argue with that because some people say like, oh, if they just stayed with it, it would still be cool. Now it's just sci-fi CS:GO, and I'm like, well, if you kept it weirdly kind of into Lego, kind of tearing into like game, if you kept it the way it was, it would die fast.
Right.
This game needs updates to live. It's just no way to go about it.
Yeah, that's how it works.
But the more they add characters and outfits and things, the more inspiration you get from it. So I'm happy
Sure.
to still have Siege as a viable option for
And I think
content.
just the more outlandish, not outlandish, but the further they're straying from like strict, just military sim
Yeah,
looking
oh, the
characters.
GIGN,
Yeah,
now you
it
got.
turns into more of like a character. It's not just, oh, that's a
Yeah, it's not an
operator.
operator anymore.
Right,
It's
right.
a character that's been fleshed out.
Yep. So I mean, I could say personally, I'd probably prefer more operator stuff in the genres like I'm working in.
Hmm.
But it certainly brings another level of inspiration, and it's just a different route that you could take with it. And I mean, it certainly leads to a lot of really cool figures. So
It does. It does. Sitting at my desk, obviously, right now. I have photos hung up of all like a few of my Lego figures that
mm.
I've printed out, and I have them as like kind of a weird memory slash like inspiration board on my desk.
Yeah, you were showing me those. Those actually came out really cool.
Yeah, download the Shutterfly app. Boom, free publicity because you can get the size of the
Shout out
photos for free
Shutterfly.
sometimes. Shout out Shutterfly.
I'm literally gonna download it right now because we were talking about it the last time, and I just forgot to. So
Literally, it's like you get every once in a while. Shutterfly is like, hey, the 4x6 photos, like they're free. All you have to do is pay for shipping, and I'm like, okay, well, what shipping? $5. Of course, I'm buying that.
I love there's the Sticker Mule place.
Mm-hmm.
They have some really great promos. I had just ordered again from them. It was like 10 stickers for $1 of your,
Ooh.
and they were die cut, so they were like cut around. It wasn't even just a blank, just square.
Yeah.
Dude, lit. And they like their quality is off the charts with the stickers. You could get see the thing with their promotions is dangerous is that it'll make me buy something I don't need. And it almost got
Yes.
me. It almost got me because they had like custom packing tape, 50 feet of packing tape with whatever
Yeah,
you
who
want
the
on
fuck
it.
needs packing tape?
Right? And I almost bought it. I almost bought it, dude. I was so close. And honestly, right now, I regret not buying it. I regret it.
Really?
I'm like, I need some packing tape. Why not?
If you're like Alex, you could be like, I gotta ship oranges to people. That's what you need packing tape for.
Of course. But yeah, I mean, I got nothing but the fondest memories posting things to Reddit. So your Rainbow
Mm-hmm.
Six clout there I mimicked with posting some CS:GO things.
I saw that.
That
Yeah.
was that was glorious, man. I love CS:GO so much. I'm so happy. My biggest flex is that the official CS:GO Instagram account follows me, but I don't follow them back. So whenever I check the profile, it just says like, like the follows back button because
Oh yeah.
like it. That's what I see every time, and I'm just like, hell yeah.
You should
Like
just follow that at that
just
point.
no, I just gotta flex on them. I gotta keep on flexing on them. But Reddit's pretty cool for that. I gotta try and do it more in the future.
It is. As much as there are memes of it, it is still pretty cool of that.
Yeah, I
Although
used
it's not
Reddit.
cool when you get people that go, actually, that helmet is not the Atlan.
Well, you
It's
see,
technically an offshoot of it.
um,
It's like, yeah. Actually, shut up.
it's exactly why I don't do like historical stuff. It's just I don't need to do
Exactly.
that.
I
I don't need to hear that.
so many things. I'm like, oh, this isn't historically accurate because you can't wear a balaclava underneath a gas mask. It's like it looks cool. I don't care.
It's surprising, like, 'cause you could totally go the like super nutty, like accurate route with
Oh
military
yeah.
stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
modern military. Um,
Jerry.
yeah, yeah, but it's nice that the community aspect for that just kind of don't care. They're like, ooh,
Yeah, it's like as long
modern
as it looks
military
cool.
guy. He's
Your
just
combo is
it's a
fresh.
PMC. It's a PMC. What can I tell you? It's
It's
just
a
a
PMC.
PMC.
It's a PMC. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean that's what really attracted me to the community. It's just
Oh yeah, the creative freedom you get from this is amazing.
absolutely, yeah. And I mean the Rainbow Six characters. I mean, although you're trying to keep it accurate and follow that, because they're again characters. They're more character-like now than just an operator
Mm-hmm.
or a standard SAS dude. It gives you a lot of room to get really creative, which is awesome on your
Oh, for
figs
sure.
because there's so many details that you have to capture, which you've started to use e-tape to do, and it's remarkable. It really is.
Yeah, staring at it right now because I have the picture of it on
Mm.
my desk is my lion figure with his GIGN patch that I made
Yeah,
from
I
e-tape.
was just on that one and on Instagram. I'm on it right now. That patch blew me away when I saw it.
Yeah, that was a difficult one to work with.
What did you do to get the cutting the curves like so clean?
Hole cutter.
Oh my gosh, yeah, genius.
I know. And then the black curved line is
Mhm.
just hole cutter on hole cutter
Right,
action.
right,
You
right,
know
right.
what I
Making a
mean?
crescent,
Mm-hmm.
and you got like a bunch of different sizes of it.
No, I used a paper hole cutter that I had, and it was just like, well, if it's too big, it's too big.
Huh?
Yeah, I
No, because I'm
use
like
what I
looking at
have.
the blue bit. So how is that one smaller to fit into the white circular part of the patch, or is it like the bit we don't
It's
see of it leaning over the side? Is it overlapping there?
no, I'm trying to remember. I didn't use a different size hole cutter. I used the same one for every cut I made on it,
Huh?
and I think I just trimmed the sides a bit so it would just fit inside the white patch, and just
I could see that.
put it halfway through.
Nice. I'm gonna have to invest in a hole cutter, man. That is. There's something about the name Sam. I think you just instantly gain like insane e-tape ability because
Mm-hmm.
you two are just the goats with it.
Those elbow pads, man. As much as
Yo.
they look cool, doing them is a pain.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's such a pain. I have the hole cutter right now that I used.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just your average paper hole cutter.
Do you ever glue a bit of the e-tape so that it'll stay in place? Because
I
that's
do not.
something I've done for a few of my figures. Just because it kills me to look over and then the e-tape's just flapping
It's like,
up.
yeah, curling up. Nope.
Yeah.
I will sit there struggling for over an hour, trying to get it all to lay down, and then I quickly take a photo.
Fair enough. I respect that.
Like the e-tape medic pouch, that was one that just kept coming up, and I was like, I just don't care
Yeah.
anymore. Just quickly pressed it down with my thumb and took a photo.
That's how you gotta do it, man.
It is, man.
I can't count like how many photos I've taken, like doing like the scenic stuff. And I prop the figure up and it's like falling as I take the photo. And it's just like,
Oh
well,
my
that was good
god.
enough though. We'll send it.
When we get to the topic of my contest entry, I'll tell you a whole story.
Oh, dude, let's go right to it. So I mean, started up
All
the
right.
Discord server, had a brief little contest there. Cool.
I sent you it over
Yeah, I
Instagram
see that.
so you can That's the first thing I ever built on my own
Oh
for
man.
like a mock. Yeah, look at that, man. That
That
was, and keep in mind, from when I built that to when I built my contest entry, I never built anything between.
damn. For anyone like we're literally just talking about a photo that we're both viewing. So it'll be in the episode wrap up. I actually don't think I've ever said it. If you're not following it on the Instagram, the Bricks and Banner Instagram, every week I post a wrap up post that promotes there's a new episode, who the guest is, and if you slide through the slides, it has a couple reference photos to things we specifically talk about. So if you check out there will be a photo of Sam's first mock, alongside his latest mock, which won the contest over on the Discord server.
But
Yeah, I mean that is a glow up and a half though.
yeah, talk about it, man. And I remember I had the idea for the fig, and I made the fig before I even thought of doing a background.
Mm, right.
And I made that, and I was like, it's just, I don't know, it needs something to pull it in. And then you were like, yo, a background isn't necessary, but it helps. And I was like, all right, this is where I need to. I I have an excuse for building one now.
Right. I'm telling you right now, you won because of your background. Like no doubt. Like
Oh
that
yeah, I know, I
truly
know.
set you over the edge. Like
When I made it, it's hard to see, and I know some people didn't notice it until I pointed out. I have bullets on the ground
yes,
from the clips
yes. I love that. There's and the e-tape on the floor to be paper. Just
from
that
the
was
spilled over briefcase.
such a
Yeah,
beautiful detail. I love the
I,
sandbags in the back. Oh,
for the window. Yeah, that was really cool. I was glad that I thought of that.
I I have marveled at this photo like countless times. It is probably one of my favorite pics and scenes I've
I
seen
was like, I
created.
need someone. Obviously, because I don't build backgrounds for my figs, I was like, I need to talk to someone who does.
Hmm.
And I was like, Colin, my other,
Yeah.
Rainbow Six buddy. I'll go to him and I was like, hey, do you have any tips for building backgrounds? Or like, how do you build yours? And he went, I don't really know. Like,
That's a
here's a
very
photo of like,
Colin response.
yeah, he was like, here's like kind of the outside shot of one that's just not edited in.
Hmm.
And I went, thank you. And I just like, I looked at it and was like, wow, this isn't useful at all. But I'll take it.
Thanks. This is worthless.
Yeah. Thanks, this is worthless. I'll run with it though. I built like this little Lego fog light, and I remember I sent it to the chat I'm in with you, and
Yeah.
I was like, God, I sure hope this doesn't give any clues that I'm building a background, because I wanted it to be a surprise.
Right.
And I don't really, I kind of stopped adding stuff as scenery into my
Yeah.
photos,
Yeah,
especially
because you
brick
started
built
off, you
things.
had a few photos with like just on your desk with some miscellaneous accessories in the background, which I actually really thought was nice. It really it was a nice
I gotta
medium
say,
between having a full background and kind of just sucking you into the photo and creating a scene. I liked that. It was cool.
one of my favorite photos is definitely my Half-Life Alex fig, and like the background I did for that. That's probably one of my favorite
Is it
photos I've
titled
ever
the
taken.
heading to the local subway?
No, that's Metro.
Oh,
It's where's the silent protagonist when you need one? I'm pretty sure it's on my old desk too.
I'll
It's
find
the
it.
gun with the orange translucent sight,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just on that one too. I didn't realize that was Fallout.
or Half-Life.
Oh, maybe I misheard you actually. Yeah, yeah. No,
It's
that one
fine.
was awesome.
And I got Danny to compliment me on that,
Of course, the
which is
Half-Life King.
hmm also knowing that he doesn't speak a lot in the community. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, whenever you get a comment from him, it just means double for sure. He's the sweetest guy.
So that was like the most I'd done with the background. I sent the little Lego fog light I built, which isn't very spectacular. And looking back, I might even put e-tape over it to resemble the cage that
That would be pretty cool.
fog lights have over them.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But I ran with it and was like, "Hey, little fog light build," and like some people liked it. And I'm like, God, I like. It's kind of giving away that I'm making something special for a fig.
Mm.
The only
I don't
person
think
I ever
anyone was
sent the
clued in
photo
on that.
to, yeah, the only person I sent a photo to, like saying like, "Hey, I'm building a background," was Jackson,
You're right. Sure.
and he was like, "Bro, you build?" And I was like, "Not really." And something most people never notice is none of that is really connected. It's all modular. Nothing's really set in place or nailed down. I can move everything,
Right. Right.
including the background.
Yeah, I remembered one of the photos you sent. Oh yeah, I see it now. Yeah, and like the left side was just the minifig cat container,
Because I just needed a wall, and I'm like, I don't want to build one.
Right.
I'll just use this.
Yeah,
And
it
it
was like
works.
that or a piece of paper. So it's just like.
And then, because I took the photo on my light box,
Mhm.
you could
Oh yeah, that
see
totally makes sense. Yeah, it came out super
you
good with the
see
lighting.
white through the sandbags if I don't have anything behind there. So I took this like
Oh,
blank piece of paper that was just black, and I just set it up behind it to
sure.
make sure light didn't come through, and it worked great.
Nice. Yeah,
I
there's
tried
so
it with the
much.
light coming through, and it just looked funny.
Yeah, that would totally would because I see the little cracks in between with the black. It totally blends in. I mean,
Hmm
I love. There's definitely like a problem solving element to taking the photos and stuff.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
it's
for
a fun
sure.
dynamic to mess around with. So I'm
And
really glad like you expanded out into trying it because that was exactly what the contest was supposed to do. Because a lot of
hmm
people nowadays will create just savant, terrific figures, but it's just on a white background, and
yeah,
it's great to marvel at and be able to see in full detail like what's going on and what was modified. But to have a whole scene to like suck you into the figure and what's going on, love that. That just
hmm
you can
it
only
puts
go up.
character into the figure.
Absolutely. You can
Yeah.
only go up with having a background. Which is why I like never post anymore because I'm so dead set to have a background and then now I've kind of exhausted a lot of my backgrounds. And it's also cold. Dude, the last time I went to try and go take a photo, I said it's not worth it and I went right back inside. So that's
How
why
cold was it?
it was the wind chill that was killing me.
Yeah,
Um
that's what does it.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. But I mean, I'm also not the best in the cold, but I bundled up even for it. But it's like I gotta use my fingers. I gotta use my fingers to pose the figure, and there was
Oh
just
yeah, and
no,
as soon as that gets cold, you have no
dude,
feeling you can't pose it. You
dude.
cannot pose it.
It was just painful. The second like my hand was out of the glove. So anyway, maybe I'll post again someday. Who knows?
We'll see. Only, only the man above knows,
I've
and he probably
only
says no.
man says no. It only hit me recently how long it's been since I actually posted something, but
Every once in a while, I check back to see the date.
it's just gonna keep
But
on getting further and further away. But one day,
before this, I sent you like the iterations I went through
yep.
to making not only the figure but the background as well.
Hmm.
And I don't know if you looked closely at them, but there's definite different versions of the figure
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
that you can see in it. There's one where the rubber band is only around once and there's no stock.
yeah, yeah. I
And
noticed that.
that was because the stock I had on it, first of all, I didn't like the look of it. I just thought, even though I sanded it down to make it look like a better one, I just didn't like it. And it broke off, so I was like,
Mm.
let's just try it without the stock, you know? CQB is the best. And I did that, and I was like, no, I want the stock. I want as many modded components on it as I can have,
Right.
but still have it be clean. And I also was like, I don't like that the rubber band is only around once. I want to make it look like it's rope or something
Hmm.
that's been tangled around. So I quickly, did the twist and had it around. And holy man, the original photo I took must have taken like 5 tries to get a good photo. I took well over 100 and I couldn't get one that I thought looked decent.
Yeah.
It was bad. Even the one I sent for the contest, I don't like.
Really?
Yeah,
What about it?
the original photo that I really liked when the stock was off was both sides of the background. The fig and the fog light was partly blurred out, and it
Mm.
brought naturally your eye to the fig
Oh,
itself.
yeah. I'm seeing it now. Yeah, yeah.
Now that I point it out, you realize, oh yeah, it is kind of weird how only one side of it is really blurred out. And it was just, I didn't even like the stock I have on it then. I replaced it with the M4 SBR stock.
Mm.
And I made that a pin mod using your tutorial.
Hey, what do you know?
Yeah. And it looks better. It looks way better with that stock, but
Did you
I couldn't do it
artificially
in
blur
time.
the photo?
No, I did not.
That could have been an
Use
option to
use
try and use to fix
I
up the other
I
side.
I did and it still didn't look good.
Hmm.
You could tell it was like weirdly artificially blurred.
Got you.
But hey, it won.
It did win. It did win.
I know. And I was having a shitty night that night too. Like
Yeah.
I was doing math homework, geometry was, kicking me. And then I was like, I'll play video games. Hopped on to Siege, just having a bad night full of matches.
Right.
You know, you're more of a COD person, right?
Used to be CS:GO. Now I just play Call of Duty because I can't be bothered to have to sit there and like aim train for 20 minutes to actually
Yeah.
go and enjoy the game, and then join a match and get called shit by my teammates, and then leave, and then just like feel worse than I was supposed to at getting a little bit of escape and playing a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that went a bit too deep off the rails, but that's also why I don't play like Rainbow Six. That's why I never got into it.
No,
Just
I
it was too
understand that
deep.
completely. And that was kind of what was going on for me that night was, I was just missing my shots and like my teammates were like, "Yo,
Yeah,
can you carry your weight a little bit more?"
yeah.
It was one of those nights.
It's a fun dynamic to get that competitive in a game, and it's why I loved CS:GO for so long. But
Hmm.
I just don't have the time now to like care that much, or the like mental fortitude to have to deal with that when
Oh,
I want to escape. So it's like
yeah.
COD. I just hop on, I go pew pew, and then I leave.
But I know you can still get angry at COD,
Oh, for
even
sure.
though I don't play it myself. But it was just equivalent to that. It's just having a shitty night.
Yep, I know the feel.
And I went downstairs and was like, my dad was on the phone with like his brother.
Hmm.
I'm like, just laid down, got on my phone, and then like 15 minutes later, attention everyone. And I was like, I'm surprised I got this notification. Usually I have, so my Discord doesn't really show a
Yeah,
ton of notifications.
yeah. I've like shut off all mine.
And it was like, congratulations, Fisk, as the winner. And I like freaked out because I really didn't think I was gonna win. I mean, Hoodie's entry,
Hoodies was so good. There were so many good ones, man.
we got it. He's a modder.
He is a
You can't
modder
put him.
now.
He's a modder.
He's a modder now. I'm so hyped, man.
Yeah.
That gun he made blew me away. Like I was.
Mhm.
If it wasn't you, if you didn't submit, it would have ended up going to Hoodie.
And I remember talking to him about it, and I said he did one of those Q&A things, and I was like, your entry was to the point where it was like, who really should have won this? And he messaged me after. He was like, no, you're so good. And he was like, I'm guessing I didn't win because I didn't. The background was just like a computer monitor.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
That's kind of the.
we could tell just the next level of effort you put into it. Like his is a great background for sure, and he actually,
Yeah,
he
matches
had a
the
background.
fig really well.
Yeah, it's a
He
great
did.
photo.
Technically, he did.
But you just knew that you went the next level for it.
Yeah, I knew I had to build a background for this fig in order to have a chance of winning.
Mm.
And then another super strong entry, but that was faltered because it didn't have a background, was the gun that had a magnet in it. That was like a Mandalorian,
Yep,
which uses a
yep.
lightsaber.
Yeah, from CBB. That
Mhm.
one.
Super
that one
good
was
mod.
up there too. That was
And really creative,
a
but it didn't have a background.
crazy mod, man. Crazy mod. That's
Yeah.
like a feat of engineering at that point. It's
Yeah, to like measure that out and get it.
Can't even
You
believe it,
weld it,
dude.
you get it.
I get it. It's all about the tolerances, man.
Hmm.
But yo,
Oh,
that
talking
crazy.
about being new in the community and not having like all the pieces like
Oh,
you
right,
have,
right, right.
obviously, that's how you can make so many different, figs, is you have all these pieces to work with. And I think the thing that comes close to kind of what I set myself to do with all the few pieces I have is discipline. It's obviously not on purpose. Discipline is something you put upon yourself,
Mm,
but the discipline of, you don't have a lot of pieces. These are the guidelines you set for yourself to what you can make and what are able to make. You
yeah.
get what I
Yeah, no, I
understand what
know
I'm
what you
saying?
mean. But then it's in setting that kind of boundary, it makes you get creative to a point that you're breaking out of those boundaries, which is awesome. Like I love
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. And that's why I kind of like at the start I wasn't so crazy into modding stuff. Like it really was like just like Flickr and just me getting interested in the hobby. Like
Mm-hmm.
around that time it was really just combos. Like it was like, oh, there's
Yeah.
these parts from Eclipse Graphics, there's these parts from Lego, there's this from Citizen Brick, there's these brick arms. What can I make with these that looks cool? And like it was literally just taking within the boundaries of these parts, no modification, no nothing. Like what can I do?
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah, I love that stuff. Like yeah, I can't draw or anything, obviously. We were like talking about this separately.
Yeah.
But it fell into my lap to do this graphic design project, and I also don't have the skill to do Photoshop or anything because I'm like, oh well, I can't draw. I'm not gonna get into Photoshop, whatever, all these different things. But I found this program to do like graphic design with but I can't even draw like a line on the program. I have to add an object, which is a line that I can then manipulate on the
Mm-hmm.
post. And this is
And
like I swear, I like basically swear by this program now. This is the only thing I'll ever use for anything, and it's hardly a legitimate process for making
yo,
stuff. But like my brain operates that same way of just like give me like these restrictions and these boundaries to work
and
with, and
I
then
will create something with them,
yeah, for sure.
you know. And so if you notice in some of my posters, obviously, reused parts, I don't have a lot, but
Right.
there's parts that I've already made and then I have to modify again
Yeah.
to make something new out of it.
Yeah. You're
And
rebaking the parts.
and a cool thing that I kind of starting to do a little bit more is remastering old figs to my modern standards of what I would
Mm,
like my fig to be.
that is
A
really
good
cool.
example of that would be if you look down, it's the fig with he's got the ski mask and the beanie,
Yeah.
and it's not the one with the scorpion. It's the one with the Uzi.
Yeah. Don't want any randoms in my heist.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's something. And if you go back up to the top, you see a revamp of that fig that looks similar. You know, I
Yeah.
wanted to do
Yeah.
SMG11 mod again, and kind of the same basis with the same color palette, and it works. It's a modern version of that.
Yeah, that's awesome to see.
And then like the Scorpion mod I did, I remember asking you for help on that, and you're like, "Yo, the rail is a bit big," and I'm like, "It's hard to do," and it was because I didn't have anything to use as the rail besides Lego itself. I didn't,
Sure.
the one I made now is like a bread tie.
Nice. Yeah, that oh
hmm
yeah, I could totally see that. That's smart.
hmm So obviously I've gotten better, and the scale is just better too.
Right. Yeah, I mean those two are night and day. But to begin with, there was so much vision in that first one you'd made. I'm glad you decided to revamp it.
Yeah, and I think it looks really cool. The only thing is the rail is not attached to the gun. It's
It's
there,
just sitting there.
just
Got you.
free flowing.
Did you use the same base Scorpion on it? And just
Uh, no, I did not.
oh okay.
I made a new one entirely.
Cool.
Yeah. So there's definitely
I keep looking
things
through and there's some really wacky mods that you've made.
in a good or a bad way.
In a great way. Like there's just some really wild stuff. Like the recent one, the no excuses.
Oh yeah,
That thing's nuts.
I know. It's weird, man. I was not trying to make a FAMAS,
Mhm. But I made
and I
it
was
from
like,
mods.
I know. You put that rail on anything, and now it's a FAMAS.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So I got a bunch of comments. Nice FAMAS. I'm like, I just ran with it. I was like, thank you.
You should have just thrown a mag on it and it could have been like, fuck it, unbowl pups your FAMAS.
Yeah. If what I really wanted to do was make a drum bullpup, drum
Oh
mag
my
bullpup.
gosh.
But that would just be just look
That would be chunk.
wrong. Yeah. So had to scratch it out.
It would be super cool. I think it's doable, but then it's going to have to be posed in such a delicate way.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
need to pin it too
Mm.
to make sure it doesn't break off when I try and pose it. That's all the real modders
Word.
know, that struggle.
Real modders know you got to pin.
I'm just getting into it.
Just takes a little practice.
It does. I need to buy some new pinning material though.
Mm. What do you? Oh, like the actual rods and stuff.
Yes, I need to buy new
Oh,
stuff for
dude,
that.
I'll send you stuff
Oh, sweet, thank
with
you.
your prize because I have I just steal it from my school with the for the different processes, welding processes between TIG.
Oh, TIG
and,
welding and
yeah,
mhm.
yeah, exactly, TIG welding. I just take the wire.
I know. I posted that to the group chat, and Detroitica was like, "Yo, what did you use to pin it?" And I'm like, "I don't know. It's just on my desk." It was like some of it's
It was
red,
just
some
pinning
of it's
material,
yellow.
pinning material from the gods.
I know it landed here on my desk just for me to use. Still have no clue where it came from.
Hmm. But yeah, I'll
But it
definitely send you
works.
some.
Thank you.
It's good that you bring this up because my supply's kind of running low. But now that I'm actually back at school in the shop in person, like I gotta scoop some again.
I know. I now understand. I'm taking woodshop this year.
Oh, sweet. I wish I would have ever taken a woodshop thing. How's that going
Yeah, it's going. It's going. It's going.
for you? Going.
Yeah. Obviously with COVID,
Oh yeah.
it's a bit difficult, but it's fine. I'd much rather learn welding than woodshop though. My
Mm.
school just doesn't do a class for it.
Yeah, I was surprised. One of my buddies there, in his high school, they had a welding like program, or like it was just like their normal shop, but they had like a welding machine there, and the teacher would teach you how to use it. I was like, that's so sick. But
Yeah, because it'd be great for the stuff I want to do.
right, you're interested in working
Obviously.
on the bikes and stuff.
Fabrication. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, one of my friends made this cool. He took a scooter, like a moped,
Mhm.
and replaced the 50cc engine in it with a 400cc.
Okay.
And now it does burnouts on command.
Bro.
And it goes over 100 miles an hour, which on a moped is scary.
Wait, how many? How much did you say?
It goes over 100 miles an hour.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Yeah.
just on a cute little scooter. That's nuts.
Yeah. But that's what fabrication can do, you can create custom cages to fit stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's a skill I really admire.
Absolutely. And especially so with that stuff, you got to use usually you're using aluminum, which is just even more difficult to work with. So that's the big money right
I've
there.
heard. See, the only information I get from welding stuff is This Old Tony on YouTube. That's
Who is
the
it?
only. This Old Tony. He's a welder and a machinist, and it's
Huh.
all I've learned from, and it's great YouTube content to just binge.
Oh, I'm
Check it
actually
out.
checking this out.
Check it out, man. It's great. It's like dad humor.
Unweldable aluminum caught on tape.
Yeah.
There's
it's
a
all
big
bunch-
uh-oh in the
Yeah.
and an arrow. Oh my god, it's a good clickbait video when there's an arrow in the thumbnail. Oh yeah, I'm totally going to check this out. This is great.
Great content creator.
Almost at a mil.
Yeah. Deserves it, man. The level of editing he does in his videos is pretty nuts too. It's subtle, but it works super well.
But yeah, aluminum well, is the frames for your what, Kawasaki, or I can't remember what it was.
No, they are not.
What are they using?
Not all of them are. God. Now I'm being quizzed, and I'm gonna get called out and be like,
Just
"You're
some
not
random
real."
steel.
Yeah, it's just some random steel.
Probably carbon steel. Yeah, makes sense.
Probably.
I mean, there's carbon in every steel. It's just like low carbon, whatever.
Whatever, nerd.
Nerd. Dude, I'm dying. I don't know anything about metals, man. I'm just fronting. I'm fronting out here. I'm taking.
Is this weldable?
Is
Yeah. Bet.
I mean,
I'll use it.
I can melt it.
It'll stick. Just give me a grinder.
Yeah. I mean, a grinder and paint. Oh my god, I can't speak. A grinder and paint makes a welder what he ain't. That's what they say.
People have come here for Lego content. We're talking about welding and shit.
Yeah, this is just like Jackson's episode. So do you play Clash Royale? What do you?
No. Fuck that.
Oh my god. Speaking of Jackson, he gave me a question specifically to ask you. Why don't you paint? When he sent me that question, I was like, haha, funny, Jackson. But it is interesting, especially when you're talking about having a limited range of parts to use. Painting is the
Opens
fix,
that up. Yes.
Yeah. So why don't you paint?
I don't have the time for it.
You heard it here first. Owen Vaquero said he ain't got the time for that.
Nobody's got time for that.
Are you too
And I get that
busy on
seems
the
kinda-
set of Daddy's Home 3?
Yeah, me and Kevin Spacey. You might have to bleep that. Might have to bleep that.
Well, we'll see.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
I'm going to hit this point in the podcast. I'm going to be way too lazy to edit anything, so it's probably going to stay in.
Yeah, Future Billy, you got it.
Future Billy.
It kind of seems like a cheesy answer, but it's just I don't live at the place where I do my mods. I live half and half, and I just drive between.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't have a job either, but I'm caught up in school most of the time.
Right.
Because I'm taking AP classes, and that just kills you on free time.
For sure.
It's sad because I stopped. Even then, I stopped kind of playing video games with my friends. That's to the point where it got usually it's I want to still talk to my friends, and they'll be like, hey, do you want to play something tonight? And I'll be like, I can't.
Yeah, that's rough.
Which is just sad. And so the time that I do have for free time, it goes into modding, because I still want to make content. And I've always made figs really far in advance, and then, I post them later.
Right.
It's just how I do things.
Yeah, you get to set on them, let them cook, let them marinate.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
Look
if
at
you
'em.
hadn't, then you would have posted that figure that you used for the contest way in advance.
Mm-hmm. And I wanted to wait till the contest, the winner was announced before I posted that, too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've noticed you haven't posted it yet even.
Mm-hmm. It'll probably be the next. I gotta finish this mod I'm working on.
Mm.
That clue was railing me about. 'Cause the the grip on the barrel isn't really that sharp. Or
Oh,
well, it
really?
is. It's too sharp. Sorry.
Mm.
But
Well,
it's like my first all pinnable mod, so
oh yeah,
it's a
yeah.
milestone
I'm
for me.
remembering. I'm remembering now which one it was. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Never says anything in chat, just stalks.
Just stalks and roasts.
Yeah, right.
He
As soon as
lies in
Alex.
hiding.
Alex, if you want me to teach you how to like cover up photos without using the Snapchat filter, I can show you
Dude,
something.
that. I'm gonna okay. Before I roast him for it, I'm gonna come clean and say that in the past, yes, I have edited a photo on a gun, but it's because like the way the light reflected, it made it look like
Yes.
it was glue residue, and I'm like, dude, it's not glue residue. My mods are way cleaner than that, so I just blurred it out. Nobody ever called me out on it because I'm a god at editing. Okay, freaking Alex comes out here, Snapchat editor, just a huge paintbrush looking,
Blob of paint, just
doesn't
all the
even
same
doesn't
color.
even match the shading. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll just drag and drop the color from over here and throw it right on the other side of the leg where the lighting's totally different and nobody's going
Right,
to
yeah.
notice." Dog, you didn't even color it in the lines.
Yeah,
Wild.
I'll send
Man
I'll
is
send you a really good
wilding
example.
out here. I
I
can't.
will fix it. The mod looks so clean in real life, but on photos it's just destroys it.
Now it's like I can't trust anything that he posts. I gotta zoom in 3 times.
You know what's really sad is that I saw his Groza and I saw the paint on the leg, and I was like, "Oh, dude, you got to do better at that." And then it wasn't until someone pointed out that the Groza had paint on it, and I looked over and I was just
Yeah,
shocked. I was just shocked. I was like, "Oh
dude,
my,
it's so funny because it was
it
the
is
other
funny."
safety selector,
Yeah.
and Sean called him out in a group chat. He was like, "Hey, um, you should totally remove this double safety selector." And he's like, "Oh yeah, bet."
And
And then he
he
just
just painted
says,
over it.
"No, I'm just gonna. I can't." Oh my gosh.
I'll send you it after this. I have a really good example. I use a free app to do it. That's not Snapchat. It's called Sketchbook, Alex,
Take notes. Take
and
notes.
it's free, and I'll teach you how to use it.
Oh my gosh, man. I can't. That's just a legendary post at this point. It's just so bad.
It is. Although, hey, I got to the point where I did, for the people that aren't aware, on my most recent post, which, depending on the time this episode comes out, might not be, might be the second most recent. It's my Rooney figure. On the end of her gun, I did paint it up a bit to cover up a really bad reflection that I got from my light box.
Right.
But no one called me out on it because you can't notice it.
Exactly. Get a good editor. That's all you need,
Hmm.
man. Spend this 2 seconds. It took you way longer to make the figure. Now you're just gonna ruin it with some.
Hmm.
Just get some help, man. Get some help.
Right. Hey man, without the tiny tactical sleeves on that figure, the fig just looks wrong.
Really.
So, thank you, Dom, for sending that to me.
Shout out Dom. That
Fisk.Bricks.
figure was super sweet. I loved what you did for the rig she's got going on.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
What is the where's the belt from?
Minifig Cat.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I know, there are a lot of products there that people go like, what's that from? Minifig Cat. And you go, really? It's like,
Yeah, I feel like my default, whenever like I see something that I don't know, it's 9 times out of 10 it's Minifig Cat. But that one doesn't look like any of the other belts. It doesn't even almost look like in their style. It's so like smooth. It's very
right?
interesting.
Oh, I did sand it down a bit.
Oh, okay. Did you buff
Yeah.
it then as well?
Yes, I buffed it
Yeah.
as well.
All right, that would explain it. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
that's a great.
Yeah, super nice
At-
fig. I thought it turned
At
out
first, because I'm not versed in Rainbow Six, and I'm also not versed in Metal Gear Solid. I thought it was Metal Gear Solid, just because like from the recent game he has like the red arm or whatever.
Yeah, I did get a comment on that going like, nice Phantom Pain vibes.
Yeah.
You know what? If someone says, like on my line figure, I had someone go like, this gives off Division vibes. I'll just,
It
I
kinda
won't
does,
even
sure.
correct them. Like, I just stopped correcting people.
I mean-
I was just like, if that's what they think it is and that's what makes it cool to them, that's what makes it cool to them.
Yeah.
I'll leave that as that.
Yeah, I mean everything's got a little bit of a little flavor from something else, you know. No big deal.
Mm-hmm. right now I have, let's see, how many figures do I have that could be eligible to post?
Imagine having figures in the backlog to post. This post was made by Billy
Four,
Gang.
round four, maybe
Damn,
five.
that's
This is
good,
one
man.
that's I've had built since probably 4 months, and it's a reddish brown arms. Tried to take the hand off and it broke.
Oof, that
Yeah,
is
and
rough.
what makes it really difficult is that I have my E-tape sleeve technique, so it's gonna be a pain to get that arm out
Uh,
without ruining it. I'll send you a photo of it afterwards.
Probably not even difficult. Actually impossible. Just
Yeah.
oh, I mean, you'll get it out, but it's gonna snap. That's just
Yeah, I'm gonna put a new one back and it's gonna snap right away. It was an
I
EG
can't
hand that broke
believe.
it.
Oh, interesting, interesting. See, I've heard rumors of that. The EG hands can split toward arms, but I've never.
See, I've never had it happen
Yeah,
with
I
any other
never
arm.
ran into it either. And I've used them for like every figure because I'm so original. I mean,
Yeah, you gotta use them, dude.
it's crazy how much of a staple those are.
Oh yeah,
Those hands are insane.
plenty of time. Please, Vic, restock them.
Yes.
Please. I'm begging you. I can only use light gray so many times.
It hit the point of like a CB level reselling that I was able to flip some of my dark tan hands because I had bought extras when they were in stock. And somebody hit me up and I sold like 2 of them for like $12 a set.
Scammer. No, Billy's coming back in, scamming people.
You know me. You know me.
Yeah, old habits never die, do they?
They never die.
Uh,
I'm so glad. Well, I'm not glad, but I'm hoping to eventually we'll leave the scamming memes in the past. But I gotta discover there's got to be a new meme to come along so that I can, put that behind. Because like people have genuinely questioned, like, oh, like doesn't he scam people? Like,
Yeah.
my
Does he actually
credibility
scam
is on
people?
the verge of collapse.
It's like Alex being asked his height, even though it's totally true.
Oh yeah, I mean,
But I think it's obviously not gonna stick, this meme, but I did have a great laugh at it, and I think it's great for the situation. 1980 more. That was super good.
oh, that was, I'm puns will get a lot of hate, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm a connoisseur of puns. If there's a really
Especially
good one,
unique
I
ones like that.
yeah, there's
That's
no
you cannot use that in any other
there is
way.
no like higher achievement to me than making such a masterfully crafted pun like that. And when I first read it, it didn't even click with me, and that's just the level that pun was on. I was amazed. I was amazed.
That was one I actually did burst out laughing at.
That whole situation was weird.
It was.
I don't know.
I kind of feel bad for you.
Yeah. For people unaware, what we're talking about was on the Discord server. I updated a new rule to limit the discussion of knockoff parts and no trading or sale of knockoff pieces, counterfeits of third-party stuff. I'm not one to restrict freedoms of speech. Like, I am so opposite that. Like, that's really not the intention behind it. And I'm just trying to, in the long term, get support from third parties. And
basically,
that's the
let me sum it
move
up
to
here.
do it. It's just to cover, not even cover the server's ass, but just be like, hey, this is a safe place for you to, like, kind of pour in and support. Like, please, like, engage with this community here. Like, this is all your fans.
Let's just put it at this.
To come
It's
across,
bad for business.
Yeah, exactly. To come across like we're promoting knockoffs, like we can't do that. It never really happened that much to begin with. Like that people talked about knockoffs. It was really just Jackson. And again, it wasn't even him promoting it. It was just like, yeah, I know I use knockoffs. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, I couldn't believe so many people got a little bent out of shape on knockoffs.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
But
just a weird
again,
situation
I
overall.
don't mean to say that to like come down on them because I understand. Like I wouldn't.
It is,
I want to.
It is a
about
weird
it.
rule to be expecting. You know?
Right, yeah. So I understand, and all the 1984 memes were very timely and hysterical. So thank you.
Remember, kids, 1980 more. Big Billy is watching you, which is funny because you're not that big.
Oh, how would you know?
I wasn't saying it like that. Hey, that's
Whoa,
hey,
whoa,
that's illegal.
whoa.
That's illegal.
I wasn't even
Kevin
saying it.
Spacey.
Whoa. Oh, and Vaquero. That's not even what I was saying.
uh,
Man's
I've
really
seen the
calling
photos
me.
next to you at Brick Fair.
Man's
All right,
calling me short on my own podcast. This is wild.
dude, you're gonna meet me and you're gonna be like, "Holy crap!" I'm just gonna looking down at me.
Are you tall?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm like 5'5".
Oh, okay. See, short kings over here.
Yeah, we stand short people.
Hell yeah. I'll simp for a
Except,
short person. Wait, what? Moving on. Uh,
God, this is off the rails.
so copper drop.
Copper drop, my
Copper
favorite
drop.
segment. Let's get
Hell
into it.
yeah. Hell yeah. All right. First up here. Well, I wanted to avoid having two Citizen.Brick products. I like to diversify the brands, but today, as we're recording, this was just a new Citizen.Brick release, and there's two timely pieces I want to discuss here. First off, we have the new Mad Max figure. What are your takes on that?
Ah, yes.
Is it a cop
Okay,
or
so
a drop?
I heard a lot of people talking about like the head being the most useful part,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm kind of willing to argue that. I don't see many uses for it personally.
Okay.
You know.
That's a
And
based
but
take.
I do see uses for the legs, and I get people like, oh, the chaps.
The Astos
No.
chaps, bro.
Yeah. If you're capable, you can file off the flesh parts and make it like cool knee pads and like arrows and the ankle strap. It's possible. I know it is, and I know someone probably will do it.
Mm.
But that's the only useful piece I found about it, you know, were the legs, and which is a weird topic because I saw a lot of people going like, oh, the legs suck. So I'm kind of split on that.
I'm with you. I think the head is the most approachable piece to be like, oh yeah, I could use that for something. And I won't entirely disregard it as being usable because for like APOC stuff, I mean, you could use any head, right?
Yeah, it's APOC is open
Um,
season.
but yeah, I'm with you. I don't think it's as widely usable as people might be hyping it up for. And I would say that for the whole figure entirely, which is really disappointing to me because APOC is quite
Yeah.
literally my favorite genre. I placed an order today, but I didn't even pick him up. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's a drop for me.
Yeah. I plan to pick it up maybe around Citizen.Brick Day.
Yeah.
When it's around, but yeah, kind of just a drop. I don't know. I want to like it so bad, you know?
It's same. You know, I want to find a reason to have a real use for it, but it's just very hard to find a good one.
Mm.
Look, guys, there's a custom molded piece.
molded.
It's wrong.
Oh yeah, this figure carries a style with it of like the newer CB releases.
Yeah.
I can't pinpoint it. Like
There
really
is this definite
can't pinpoint
weird
what is different.
shift.
But like if you looked at that and even going say to like the Humongous, like I don't know, the Humongous felt more in touch with like older CB design elements.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, when I look at it, there's something off.
Yeah.
I can't pinpoint it though. But anyways.
Yeah, it's a drop for me.
Well, moving on to something that's a must cop from the Citizen.Brick drop, Gritney.
Gritney. Oh, man.
Gritney is
I
the
couldn't tell
only
you how
reason. It's the only reason I purchased anything today.
Yep, I was super excited for it. Yeah, I was stalking it even. Cart stealing.
Oh, I am stalking her for sure.
I'm stalking Gritney.
Dude, I don't know why, but I'm not a whatever fan. I don't even know what team it is. Okay, I don't care.
Pretty sure it's football. It's hockey. Shut up, I know.
I don't know. I need me a furry chick. You know what I'm saying? I just need to.
I think
I'm
we
gonna
all
get down
do.
like that. You know what I mean?
We all need a furry GF.
Hell yeah. Who doesn't, man? I'm checking the stock right now on it because it was getting pretty low actually. There's only 33 left. Get
them now, folks.
Get your Gritneys now while they're hot. Okay?
You need them.
Who doesn't need a Gritney?
Yeah, but that's gonna be a drop. All that hype.
Yeah.
That's the drop for me.
Yeah.
The only thing I like actually saw and like what makes this fig good was like the Star Spangled like bikini. That was it.
Yeah, it's a new design compared to his well, it wasn't even a bikini, but the freedom pants or whatever. So.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a new hip design. I like this hip design. It's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to something that is an absolute cop because I know you've already copped it. Not
Yes.
to reveal your hand, but the Desert
Yeah.
Storm infantry figure from Brickmania with the gas mask.
Yes, that was a cop for me. I did cop that purely for the gas mask.
Yeah.
I woke up in the middle of Drummond, Wisconsin, out in the middle of nowhere. Used a little bit of internet I had to order one
Nice.
at the crack of dawn. But again, the only reason I did cop it was because of that gas mask.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care for the body or the helmet. The helmet's kind of cool. I might use it eventually. Who knows? But the gas mask will be a definite use, and I would like to try and mod it to fit with a vest, because right now
Ooh,
it does not.
that would be awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was on the fence with it. It's definitely one of the more exciting Brickmania figures to come out recently. I was really close to buying it, but I couldn't justify it just for the gas mask right now. But it is a really sweet figure, and I'm excited to see what you do with the gas mask.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Obviously, it's designed to go with Brick Arm's Modern Combat helmet.
Yep.
But I'll snoop around and see what else I can make it fit with.
Right. I'm
And
sure
then
it'll
also
be more options.
head
'Cause,
combos.
I mean, the MCH is pretty. It's a thick boy, so
Mhm.
a lot of the slimmer stuff should be able to fit on top of that.
Yeah. But for me, yeah, it's a cop. Also because you can see the eyes through the mask, and
Mhm.
I kind of want to see what I can do with those eye holes.
I actually
What I can
hadn't
create.
realized that those were like eye holes until you just mentioned it now. I mean, it's kind of
Mhm.
obvious. I just didn't really think about it.
It didn't click, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's a
So
lot
I'm
of
gonna see what I
possibilities
can
there.
do with that.
Hmm. I'm curious to see if you'll be able to fit it over a vest. The neck folds are probably going to be more difficult than just the front bit. 'Cause I feel like the front bit
Yes.
you could finesse it.
I might even try it. I was thinking, getting into my mind on how I work was cutting a vest in half and using e-tape as the straps to go around the side of the hips to connect it.
Oh, sure.
And I
That's a
kind of
move.
want to experiment with that and see how I can play with that off.
Yeah, I would try it.
Obviously, I still want to make it look clean.
Right.
Or, the British web gear.
Yeah. I mean, that's even similar to what he has on. Like the printed vest is the British web gear almost.
And I kind of want to see if instead of the actual brick arms straps that go over the shoulders, if I can play with some e-tape there to make it look
Yeah, yeah. I
kind of
think it's
less
doable, man.
thick and more strappy.
Mo strappy. Hell yeah, man.
More strappy.
Well, it's
Also,
been a pleasure having
remember,
you
e-tape is your friend.
here. Yes.
Thank you. It has been a pleasure being on
Sorry,
this.
I didn't
Even
mean
though
to cut
we
you
rambled,
off. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
you're fine. You're totally fine.
So yeah. Yo, it was wild when I sent you the message to be like, "Hey, so let's do this," and you responded back that you woke up from a nap, and you're like, "Huh? I want.
Dude,
Imagine if this notification is
literally-
Billy inviting me to Bricks and Banner."
Literally, the story behind it was I took a nap from after school, and I must have fallen asleep with my phone on my chest, and I heard two buzzes.
Yep.
And it wasn't even you. It was like my friend on Discord. But that's not what I immediately went to. I immediately went, what if it's Billy asking me to be on the podcast? And I woke up and I grabbed it, and it was like 5 minutes ago. And I was like, my intuition. I knew it.
That's nuts, man.
I know. I was like, what if it's Billy asking you to be on the podcast? And like, I was fighting with my mind. I'm like, yeah, but what are the chances of that?
Yeah, like that's literally such a. I mean, not it's like it's so left field because obviously it happened, but just like from nothing, no prior conversation, no anything else, just like, huh, I wonder if that's it, and it was.
Yeah. There was no like,
There was no build up. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah. There was no like pre-conversation going like, hey, what you doing? Like.
Yeah, right.
Remember I have a podcast, right? You want to be on that? No, I was like, it's just him asking you. And I was like, all right, bet. And it was. I knew it.
Nostradamus over here. Oh
My
my God, you're gonna start to
brain
have a
is so
really
big.
long name. What's it gonna be? We got Sam, middle name Owen, last name Nostradamus. I mean, we're just
It keeps adding on.
a man
tape
of
master.
many many talents. Bike riding.
It's motorcycles.
Hell
Yeah. I will always post photos of me riding when I get them on my story. And there's nothing you can do about it. You'll be forced to watch them.
Yep.
Why don't you post that to your personal account? I don't care. I'll never post anything on it, though, on my actual page. Just my story. Don't worry.
You do you, man. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about anyone
Right.
else.
I'll become a page that promotes clown cosplaying and ask for commission.
Oh man.
uh,
Uh, oh goodness.
God, what a shit show.
With that, any last words?
E-tape is your friend. Give yourself disciplines, and I think that's about it.
Hell yeah, those
Also,
are good takeaways.
be nice to people in the community.
Yes.
All right, please welcome
Yeah.
new people.
Not
Give them
everyone's
compliments. Make
experienced.
sure give them tips.
Some people might be annoying when you first interact with them because they're probably just a kid and they're excited. It's not a big deal. Be chill with them.
It's not a big deal. We all learn. Just be nice. Don't be a dick.
Hell yeah. Let's leave. Just don't be a dick, boys.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. God damn, people.
It costs you $0 to just not be a dick. Think about it.
Right?
Think about it.
And like you feel so much better like being nice to a person because they'll be like, "Oh, thank you. That's a free compliment you just got."
Look at that. You never know what your actions
Like-
are gonna do. You know, it might change this kid's
Mhm.
life. Anywho,
True. You know, you make fun of that kid, watch out, and in like 2 years, he'll be the next Detroitica, and you'll be like,
damn right. You're gonna be.
dude.
Now he's gonna be laughing at you. And what do you know?
Mm-hmm.
You stabbed yourself in the foot.
Literally. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Remember.
man.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you so much again for being on, Sam. It was really pleasant time.
Fuck
Also,
yeah, dude, this is
it's-
great. I've been wanting to do this.
yeah, it's just about our first time like talking again. That's been the past streak of things. You know, you've hopped into the Discord once or twice, but with just the mess of people talking, it's you know, not really a
Yeah.
real interaction.
And I cannot hold a conversation in a Discord call. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's.
I remember when you were
Dude,
you were
it's not
talking with Ferg and you're like, yeah, if there's not like an explicit like conversation, it's the introvert turning into an extrovert thing.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
oh, you
yeah,
start
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about a thing you like. Oh, you just ramble.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll pop off.
And I remember, yeah, we were in a Discord call, and I remember feeling like, damn, we are not talking. And it was just because I can't hold a conversation in Discord calls with other people for some reason. I just can't. So it just always ends up being awkward. But,
Yeah.
you know, look
Nah,
at this.
I'm with you. It's the
Fucking-
struggle, but hey, once we get about talking about Lego, what did you say before we started? It was it's the bricks that tie us together, something like that.
The bricks that bound us together.
Bricks that bound us. There we go. That's the next podcast. Bricks that bound us.
Bricks that bound us. That's got to be that other guy that stole your name. Your name.
And that wraps up this episode of Bricks and Banter. Thank you all for listening, and if you enjoyed the podcast, please share it with a friend or leave us a review on iTunes. I want to give a huge thank you to all of our patrons over on Patreon. Your guys' support there is really just fueling this podcast, and I can't thank you all enough. We have Seth, Luger Enthusiast, Tupolev, Mike, Justin, Francisco, Dash Bricks, J Bricks, and PK Custom Lego. You guys are the best, and I cannot thank you enough. If you are interested in becoming a patron, you can find it linked in our Instagram bio. Thank you all again for listening, and come back next week with our special guest, me. I'm going to be doing a little Q&A, update, talk about some stuff, stories, whatever. It's going to be a blast. I'll see you soon.